Mike Moore Media, the first place to hear Rockingham County news and information.
Randy Hunt is manager of the award-winning Main Street program in Eden, and our podcast today is sponsored by Ingrid's Cupcakes and Confections and the Roasted Bean. Good things to eat, good things to drink, and good news from Randy Hunt. Hey, Randy, how you doing?
Hey, Mike, good morning. Everything's great. How about yourself?
Yep, off to a good start, and I know you're always busy working on things, so bring us up to date since we last spoke.
Holy cow. Well, I mean, we can always talk about all the business openings that we've had and the ones that we have that are scheduled. I think most recently we had the ribbon cutting and grand opening for Black Sheep, the quilt shop downtown. Mm-hmm. Trying to think of what all else, Mike. We've had so many. I think we've had the Hive that opened since we talked.
Yeah, you know, I was talking to someone over the weekend about all of the new businesses in Uptown Eden, and coming up next month, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ribbon cuttings planned, I think, by the chamber. So it just gets better and better, Randy.
Isn't that interesting? I've never heard of a 5-way ribbon cutting in my life, and I follow some listservs that the chambers do, and also some listservs within the Main Street communities, and I've never seen anything like that. So it's amazing. Everyone's hard work is paying off all around the same time. So it's good. Going to be a good deal.
Yeah, and even in challenging times when we've got so many things going on in the world and the pandemic and all of that, still we have that entrepreneurial spirit alive and well right here in Eden, don't we?
I always said that even after the recession of 2008, that there's only so long you can keep the American spirit down. And no matter what the economy is doing, even if it's dismal, people are going to find a way to express themselves and get out and hustle and find new ways to create opportunities and to create money for themselves. A lot of people don't understand that there's no such thing as a zero-sum economy except in a textbook. In reality, we all build on each other's successes. And that's how we become such a great country. And that's what's going on right now. We're just continuing to build on success story after success story. So it's exciting.
It really is, yeah. Well, I enjoyed being in your meeting the other night with the Uptown Eden merchants, and they've got some holiday things in the works. So let's talk about some of those. Get on our calendar.
Well, before we get into that, you had mentioned something earlier. We had talked about you let it slide. It's coming out naturally. Uptown Eden, those Bleaksville Commercial District folks that are in that municipal service district, they are really taking the lead and working together and trying to find a new identity for themselves because they are new merchants. It's a new what's the word I'm looking for, Mike? It's a new feeling in the air now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new vibrancy to that community, and those folks realize that there is something new and different that generations haven't felt in that area.
That's right. Yeah, I'm thinking how about a fresh spirit, a fresh kind of a reawakening of that shopping area.
It really is, and I'm excited to see a lot of those buildings filling up and merchants doing well and able to survive. The first few quarters of the growing pains. So they're hanging in there and they're doing fine, and most of them are actually doing quite well. So we'll and they're working together on these holiday things. Now, unfortunately, and we'll start out with the bad news. All across the country, people are not able to host Christmas parades. And with the governor's mandate on the number of people that can assemble in one area, it's just not possible with the size of Christmas parades that we hold here in Eden. They're just, if you've never seen one, I feel bad for you that you're not going to get to see one this year, and maybe next year we will build back bigger and better. But when you have a parade like the size of the ones we have in Leakville, you have people side by side, shoulder by shoulder, for blocks and blocks and blocks. Sometimes 5 and 10 people deep.
Yeah.
And on the corners, you have hundreds of people standing in one spot. So it's just not possible. We couldn't have the dance troops together because they just themselves would exceed the safe number that's recommended. The same thing with the marching band. And then by the time you see some of these floats that we get packed with people, it just can't happen this year. It's just a shame. It's absolutely a shame for everyone involved.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But there is good news.
Let's turn that corner.
Yes.
Because there are several things that we can do to gather and social distance. I was really impressed with the city administration, some of the decisions that they had made to try to help the merchants and help the citizens work together. And I'm jumping ahead. I'm going to jump on over to the boulevard. They have their boulevard trick-or-treating on Halloween Day, and I think that's from 2 to 4. And, we were worried that we wouldn't be able to have that event for social distancing reasons. But the city made the decision that if we were to close the street, that would open up the sidewalks all the way. So instead of just having maybe 7-8 feet of sidewalk, now you've got 50 feet of road where people can pass each other effectively and safely. So that event's going on Halloween Day over on the boulevard. But getting back toward Leakville or Uptown Eden, Treat Street. So, Mike, you've got the dates on that, I think, in front of you. I'm working remotely today.
Yeah, and I'm so glad this is going to happen because we've all enjoyed that through the years, and that will be October 30th. We look at the calendar. So that's a Friday, October 30th.
It's Friday?
Yep, 3 to 5:30 with that fun costume contest in the park at 6. So, yeah, Treat Street in Eden, downtown on Washington Street, taking place as usual this year.
And that pocket park on Henry Street, that's the corner of Henry and Washington, the merchants have decorated it with pumpkins and hay bales and corn stalks. I have seen tons of people, even church groups, walk down there and get their picture taken in front of that and also in front of the new mural. So, even if you can't get out here that day, it's worth your while to swing by and get your picture taken in the park.
Yeah, that's a good setting right there. And we're certainly excited about this November 28th, combining a couple of special events there, the Holiday Stroll and Small Business Saturday. So that is November 28th, and that, let me look at the calendar on that. That is, what day is that? That's a Saturday. That's a Saturday, you're right. Yes, Small Business Saturday would be on Saturday, wouldn't it? Yeah, and that's from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I'm just excited about all of the things that the Uptown Eden merchants are working on for that event.
They've worked hard. They've got their fall window displays. There's a display contest going on behind the scenes to see who can outpace whom with some of those decorations. But it's really nice to walk downtown and see them all working together. Some of the displays spill out onto the street and the sidewalks for other opportunities to take your selfies or your family portraits or what have you there. So it's going to be kind of neat. And if I'm not mistaken, I've got a text over the weekend for a beautiful horse-drawn carriage to be walking up and down the streets that day. So wow. I'm excited to see that flesh out. That's going to be really neat.
Good. Well, a lot of people working together on all of this, as you said, you and the merchants coming together, but they're looking at a raffle and music and Santa and maybe a stew and hot chocolate and just lots of stuff. Still putting that together, but that is Holiday Stroll and Small Business Saturday, November 28th, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And everybody loves that holiday open house in Uptown Eden this time around, and that will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, November 13, 14, and 15 from 1 to 5, all 3 days. How about that?
That's more thinking outside of the box. These merchants have become just more and more creative. A lot of them have really stepped up their game in marketing and through social media. And, it's a real concern for some shoppers that they don't want to get out and be in the crowds. And, open house does bring a lot of people downtown, but for us stretching it out over, a several-day period, it allows people to I guess, not be on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Some people really enjoy the hustle and bustle and the stress of shopping. Other people, not so much.
Yeah, right.
So we get to cover the whole gamut here.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay. All right. So those are some things I hope you'll put on your calendar for sure. Anything else we need to mention while we still have another minute or two?
Well, the merchants continue to work on several things. And I don't want to just focus on the boulevard, of course. Draper, that section of town, that Fieldcrest section, I'm working on something with a couple of the city council in particular to help those folks. Now is the time we feel that if there's going to be a renaissance in that area, with the announcement of Purina, Nestle coming to town, the investment of I think most recently I heard $550 million in that property.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a lot of people going to be gainfully employed. There are going to be people from outside of our community that are able to come in and consult and help build that facility up. And now is the time. If we're going to really do something and make a concerted effort, we want to meet with some property owners down there and, of course, some stakeholders and let them know what resources are available to them through the city and through the Main Street programs, and help them do exactly what they want to do, or at least what they dream of doing, is having a more vibrant downtown area. So we've got something on the agenda for that. Trying to flesh out some of the details. So hopefully we'll have a good meeting. And the meeting's okay. They're okay. The results of the meetings are what matter, right, Mike?
Right. That's exactly. The proof is in the pudding, so to speak.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, Mike, let me backtrack. Did you say I had a couple of couple of sponsors?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, brand new to announce today. You may want to help me as we talk about Ingrid's Cupcakes and Confections. This is a small local custom bakery, and personally, Annette and I have depended on Ingrid for some very special things recently, and I think it's really the number one choice, I think, for birthdays and weddings and anniversaries, holidays, and Christmas coming up, maybe gift tins and people that are hard to buy for. You can get what you need right there at Ingrid's Cupcakes and Confections. And Randy, I'm on her Facebook page right now looking at the Thanksgiving menu and all of these. There are a half dozen different kind of pies, large pies, $9, wonderful cupcakes. Oh, she's so creative. Oatmeal cookies, $2 each. Oh, my mouth is watering. So check her out on Facebook, Ingrid's Cupcakes and Confections. Don't we love that place?
She does a fine job. I'm excited to see her being as successful, and you can't be successful in that business unless you've got a great product.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and then we have downtown, a wonderful addition in Uptown Eden. I need to get used to saying that now. Uptown Eden, 620 Washington Street. That is the Roasted Bean, and that's quickly become a real favorite for so many people. They're open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Stop in on these fall mornings and get a fresh brewed cup of coffee. Happy hour Wednesday through Saturday, 4 to 7, 20% off total purchase. Smoothies, frappuccinos, lattes, and they've got that new pumpkin spice and salted caramel in now, and white hot chocolate and chai tea. Christmas drinks coming soon, Kim says, and gift cards available too at the Roasted Bean. Oh, that's great too, Randy.